Welcome to Pub Talk. Right, it's another episode of Pub Talk here at Jack Quinn's, and I'm with Zizi. I like to call you Zizi. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You share the same initial with Zinedine Zidane.
Yes.
We've got the wonderful Zach Zandi here. Come on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, how are you?
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Very, very good. Feel good. Ready for these last 2 home games. Two games.
Two games in the normal season, okay, because obviously we've got to the playoffs, which is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
But especially for you, because I always see you like a bit of a more mature person in the building.
Well, I appreciate
that.
No,
I do, because you've been there for, what, is it 4 years now?
Yeah, this is the 4th year.
So you obviously look after the new kids who come in, you know what I mean, and you're building that foundation. You and Matt as well, especially.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think there's a certain level of leadership that I have. Like you mentioned, helping the younger guys, the new guys that come in. But I'm privileged to be in the position that I am, and happy to have the relationship I do with the staff, and for them to be able to trust me for these past 4 years.
Apart from on the field, what do you love about the club? What is it? And you can have several things.
Yeah, I mean the first thing that comes to my mind is the people. Brendan, if we start from where I started, Brendan and Hoagie, they coached me in Philly, so they brought me out here, and I think some of the best guys in the whole world of football. So I think them, now Chambo, Allen as well, are a real big part of what makes this place special. And now getting to know, someone like you, the media that we have, everyone, the front office, I think it really goes to show it's a great organization. What
would you say has changed from, obviously it's a huge progression, I think the club's in the right direction, but what would you say has been the biggest progression for you from day one? I do believe it was December 21st, correct me if I'm wrong. Some around 4 years ago. Yeah. It was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you came through that door, and obviously being here for 4 years now, what would you say has been that growth for you personally?
For me, in terms of...
Well, if that's playing, if that's development, if that's being in the club, friendships as well, it's like...
Yeah,
what is it?
Friendships, you mentioned friendships, I think, the guys that have been here a while, Matt, Stevie, Chris now, I don't think you see that a lot in the soccer world, where you have guys who are on the same team for 4 years, let alone become very, very good friends. We were just at Matt's wedding this past off season, so building those relationships, I think, is extremely unique in our industry, and I'm very, very lucky for it. Personally, I've dealt with, I think, a lot of adversity in terms of injuries. So each year, just growing and trying to learn from it, try to get better, try to stay healthy and impact the team as much as I can, I think has been individual growth for me, and that's been just maturing and, everything that I do to make myself try to be available for the team and help the team. So those 2 things, for sure.
And rewinding all the way back, Villanova was a big time for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like it because I'm Nova, Villanova.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a connection. Obviously, it's a nice connection.
Absolutely.
But obviously from when you signed there, did you always have that track, always have that vision, like I'm going to get to the furthest point I can, which you're still doing in the soccer world?
Yeah.
Was that your ambition all the time? All the time?
I think it's cliche, but a lot of kids when we're younger who turn out to be professional soccer players, and they ask you when you're in elementary school, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I wrote professional soccer player, so, from a young age, that's been something that I've always wanted. Come from a soccer family. My dad played college soccer. My mom played soccer. Both my sisters played college soccer. So soccer has been a part of our family's life for as long as I know it. So I wouldn't say it was pushed, but there was an emphasis on it. So it was something that I was always interested in. I always loved. And then, I mean, as much as in elementary school, I was like, I want to try to pursue this. Going to college was definitely a part of that. Again, a lot of growth there. Had some really good mentors that helped me grow as an individual and a person. Obviously, the academics were great as well, and taking advantage of that, I think that's incredibly important. So growing on that side, as well as growing on the soccer side, because college soccer it's no easy front. You play close to 20 games in like 3 months, so it's challenging in its own right. The soccer is not the best. So you learn a lot about yourself, and I think it makes you a better person and player.
What did you learn through that period? Apart from your pace. It's an outstanding pace, I think. You're like lightning. No, you are. Your pace is outstanding.
Yeah, my pace.
Yeah, I think your pace is outstanding.
Oh, well, I think I'm more.
You're nippy. You're sharp.
I'm quick. I wouldn't say like over a long distance I have a lot of speed, but I would say I'm quick in 5-10.
But that's still pace, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
It's injection. It's injection.
Yeah,
I think you've got that, and it changes games.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, I appreciate that.
Was it the 4th of July game when you came? I mean, see you later.
Yeah.
If that wasn't for your awareness as well and your observation, and to actually think of that ball coming in as well. But you read that. Mm-hmm. You read that perfectly.
Yeah.
Really, I think I gave you a hug after as well, didn't I? Before the fireworks.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that goal was definitely a special one because it was my first goal back since I did my Achilles. Mm-hmm. So being out for so long, I was almost like I was riding in the car with my girlfriend, and she's like, "You don't seem like that excited." And I was like, it's a weird feeling because it's more of a relief and just like total happiness because I worked so hard to get back, and then on July 4th, it's a special night to help us win was so massive. Made me so happy, made a lot of people so happy. So I was just incredibly happy for that moment.
I've had the pleasure of sitting down with several players and even staff from Switchbacks this season. And one thing it always astounds me is how preparation is key before any game. What's your prep like? What is it? Is it a couple of days before? Is it an hour before? What is it? Especially after something like that, an injury like that, which can affect you.
For sure.
Physically, mentally as well.
Yeah,
psychologically, it's huge.
Yeah, it's nothing in particular. I have habits that I do on a daily basis, and it's just doing those habits all the time.
Can you share any?
I mean, it's nothing special. Eating right, sleeping well. I do a lot of stretching, and I just try to give my body the best chance possible to be prepared to play. Mentally, I think that I don't do like a lot of visualization stuff, but just getting good sleep, I think, is probably the most important thing. Most important thing to get the mind right. But it's not no secrets.
No rituals or anything.
No, I'm not a ritual person.
Like put the right foot on first and all that stuff.
No. Just habits for me. I have habits that I do that I've had to build over time. That's talk about growth. The habits are a big part of that, and having good habits, and that's what keeps me prepared. So that's not just one day before a game. That's all season long. That's off season. That's 24/7, the 365.
That's amazing. No, it's really cool. And it's so cool to hear that you obviously grew up in a soccer family as well. Your mum and dad were soccer players. That's cool. Wish my mum and dad were soccer players. There were nowhere near. But that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Who was your team who you supported in the house? Like who was it?
It was Barcelona.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You followed that as a family, or was it individual?
Me and my dad. We watched it, and it was when Iniesta, Xavi, all those guys were playing, and so. Maybe I sound like a bandwagon. I mean, not now. Clearly not now because they're not.
It's a beautiful game. It's nice.
But that's what we grew up watching. I think my dad wanted me to see those players play, and that's what I fell in love with.
Did they watch you? Did they come into town and watch you?
No.
No. Did you?
Oh, my dad. Yeah,
family.
Yeah. I mean, actually, this year was the first time that my dad came and saw me play here because I've been that injured. Really unlucky. All the other times he's been out here is to take care of me after a surgery. So this year was the first year that he was able to come out. But my sisters, they've been out before, a few cousins in the previous years, yeah.
You find nerves kicking a little bit more in the family members there, especially Pops?
Do you know what I mean? Not nerves.
I used to hate it. When my dad watched me.
It
was like biggest critic, isn't it, really?
I really actually enjoy it a lot. They were at the game in Hartford because that's close for us, Pittsburgh as well. But because there's so few opportunities for them to see me play live, it motivates me even more to try to perform even better for them. But I don't see that as pressure. It's just a form of motivation.
What would you say the biggest piece of advice you'd give to your younger self? I know it's a very large question, and I know you're young now. You're a fine spring chicken. You are. I spoke to Christian last time, and he was only 27. I said, "You're still a spring chicken. I get it." But like from this point in your life, what would you say it is? And it could be when you signed contracts, etc. It could be high school, it could be anything. But what one piece of advice would you say you give yourself, your younger self?
Yeah, I think it would be don't get too high, don't get too low. Try to stay right in the middle. I think one thing I've learned through the injuries I've had is, I take them initially very difficult, and I'm really hard on myself for it. And I think trying to just stay in the middle is the best place to live, because then you're not going to make any sort of rash decision.
Mm-hmm. And keep grounded.
Yeah, and keep grounded. So I think that's the advice I give myself.
And what about to these young kids who are coming through now? Because the soccer world is ever so evolving now. Mm-hmm. It's going to get even more popular in a couple of years with the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
But these young kids who are coming through, and we're talking about Switchbacks too now.
Yeah.
We're developing this amazing academy for the club, which is outstanding.
Absolutely.
What would you give advice to the kids that are coming through, from your perspective, professional like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think just stay positive. Yeah. Just keep it simple. I think that's something that my mom would always say. Just stay positive. Yeah. Have a positive outlook, because it's similar to what I would tell my younger self, and don't get too high, don't get too low. Yeah. Things aren't going to go your way, but try to be optimistic. Always work hard. I mean, work hard is a foundation for success. So if you can have the right positive mindset, I think you can achieve a lot of things.
Absolutely. And speaking of positive, what's happening with the hair this season? Can we ask that? Are we allowed to ask that with the hair? It's are we going with different colours, styles?
Well,
I like it.
Okay. Well,
I love the blonde was good as well.
Yeah.
But now this is like a, what is it? Can we have a little spin round for the camera, perhaps? Look at that. I mean, yeah.
Full 360.
Well, there's actually a chocolate back in England called the Cadbury's Marble, and it's a cross between the white and milk chocolate.
Okay.
And it reminds me of the milk chocolate and the white chocolate.
Yeah.
The Cadbury's Marble.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I mean, if you can pull it off, pull it off.
Yeah, I've always wanted to dye my hair for the longest time. I wanted to
really?
do it. Yeah, for probably because I did it for the first time last year. Mm-hmm. Probably for 5 or 6 years before that, I was like, I want to dye my hair. Never could really, get the courage to do it. Yeah. Tore my Achilles. Was like, the time is now.
Then you became a hairdresser. That's what it was, wasn't it? That's what it was. You went quiet. We were like, oh, he's in the hairdresser.
Yeah. So I was like, the time is now to do it. I did it. I really liked it. And so I was like, I'm going to do it again this year. So might do it again next year. We'll see. But it's something different. And I think, as long as you have hair, like, why not try to do something?
Have some fun and games.
Yeah, have some fun. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Is your natural colour the dark?
Yeah, it's the dark. It's the dark.
You're like me then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how's things in the camp with you? Obviously, this season been awesome. Like we mentioned earlier when we started off about how long you've been here. Teammates and stuff, camaraderie within the camp. Okay, especially this season.
Yeah.
All right. Chambo as well.
Yeah.
Coming in. It's an outstanding first season for him.
Yeah, so far.
It really is.
Really good.
It really is.
Yeah, for a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
Very good.
What's it like playing for him?
Oh.
You can be honest. We're all honest here. We're very transparent with our viewers here on Pub Talk. He won't watch this anyway. It's fine.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I've had the privilege to play with Chambo in his last year professionally, so I've seen both sides of him.
Oh, this is some good gossip, isn't it? What was he like?
Oh, he was.
You can be honest.
Yeah. In the best possible way, he was the worst person on the field to the other team.
Oh.
To the other team.
Was he?
Yeah, all the time. But there's someone you absolutely wanted on your team, because he would get under the skin of other players. He'd almost control the game in a sense through his presence on the field, and obviously like a class player. Ping a ball was.
Where did he play? What position?
Like a 6.
Did he really?
Yeah.
The back?
So no, center defensive mid.
Yeah.
In the back of the in the midfield. It was so good. His distribution was so good, so intelligent. Amazing player. I was very lucky to play with him. But seeing him transition as a coach, I mean, I absolutely love playing for him. He's amazing in almost every way, and it's remarkable to see it in his first year, because obviously he's learning on the fly too. So to see his development, right up and close and personal is great to see as well.
Would you say he's brought some of his playing attributes into his coaching attributes as well? Because you've had the chance to play with him now. You're obviously being coached by him as well.
Yeah. I think there's some aspects that are similar, but also some that are different, and kind of him figuring that out is what makes him, I think, a really good coach. Kind of blending blending the two.
And great human being.
Amazing.
Which is
human being.
huge.
Yes.
And one thing I've always found with Chamber, Allen, Hoagie as a three, one, it's a great night out, but two, communication.
Yeah.
No matter what tone it is or anything, they can be serious, they can have a laugh with it, but communication is key. And it's one thing I've noticed that they bring across to the players. And every single player I've met and had the pleasure of sitting down with, they've also said that.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Absolutely.
Communication in a game like soccer is huge.
Not even in the game. I mean, in the game, obviously massive, but off the field, in terms of running a successful organization, massive. Yeah. Maybe top 3 in terms of importance in running a successful organization is having communication from the top down to get things done.
I've got one more question before we jump into some quick tens, okay? Inspirations for you in life, if it's sporting, if it's family, friends, whatever, who is it? Who is it? Where did they come from?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say family first. I'll say my dad and my mom. Both were, massive parts in getting me to where I am right now. So a lot of credit to both of them. So those are the main inspirations. In terms of soccer inspiration, as someone who I maybe idolize would be Iniesta. I try to play similar to him. I'll never get to that level, but in my view, my favorite player, but one of the best midfielders in the entire world, and just someone that I try to emulate. He actually just retired, which is, at like 40 years old, which is an incredible feat.
He's moved over for you, hasn't he?
I wish.
Did you watch a lot of the game when you were younger?
Yeah.
Like constantly, did you watch
Yeah.
it? Because that's why when I always has to watch it now religiously, I really do. But and it's something that I think if you watch something, you'll learn even more and more and more.
Yeah.
And it sits, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, I think at first when you're younger, you're just kind of watching it and understanding it a bit, but not really. And then I'd say probably around high school, college, I started watching games a little bit differently in terms of watching them to learn. Like, okay, I'm focusing on, say Iniesta is playing, I'm focusing on him more so, and how is he moving? How is he receiving the ball? How is he, doing certain things in the game to create success? So a kind of a switch flipped, and I started analyzing games a little bit more while watching them. Obviously, I'm still watching them for just pure enjoyment, but there's a little bit more that goes into it when I watch for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When you go back home, does the family get the soccer ball out in the garden going, come on, Zay, get you, come on, so quick touch.
Actually,
quick touch.
This past off season, my dad was helping me train a little bit.
Was he really?
Yeah, and he's 60 now.
But he's still got a good touch, hasn't he?
He does. He actually, when he was younger, was in the junior world record books for juggling.
What?
He got like, I don't know, the record at the time was like over 10,000.
10,000 kick-ups?
Yeah, so he was like doing it for like 2.5 hours.
Get him on the show. Get him on the show. Can he still do it now?
Yeah, he can juggling is he loves juggling.
Crew, we're doing it next season. All right, next time he comes to a game, we'll do a little one-to-one with him.
Okay.
That's it. I've heard you with that world record breaker.
Yeah. But he was helping me a little bit this off season, and he was having the best time ever. But
that's incredible.
He was struggling with his fitness, but
that is so funny. That is so
he's
funny.
Old, so
I love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Can your mum do 10,000 as well?
No.
10, maybe 20.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be cool if they did it together, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Right, quick fire 10.
Okay.
It never ends up being quick fire. Well, it depends. It depends. All right, but don't overthink it, though. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
All right, and say what. Be honest with your answers as well.
Okay.
What do you miss about home when you are away?
Oh, family.
That was easy enough, wasn't it?
Yeah. No thoughts.
There's 10,000 juggling kick-ups as well. Breakfast or lunch?
Breakfast.
Okay. Anything particular?
Ooh, I mean, if I'm not trying to be healthy, some pancakes, French toast, maybe a cinnamon roll.
Oh, you're going sweet on me, aren't you?
Oh, I love.
You got a little sweet tooth in there, Zee,
I love sweets. I love sweets.
Spice or no spice?
No spice. I can't handle spice well, but I've become to get a bit of a tolerance to it. I'm trying to add it slowly but surely.
Okay. What are you going with? A bit of cinnamon stick or something? What is it?
I've thrown in some sriracha and some Cholula hot sauce.
That's all right. So
it's all right. Yeah, but I don't like if it's too spicy. It's not good for me.
Was something you started off as a kid? You're like, oh no, whoa, I've had a bad experience, or just you've never touched it?
No, I've tried it. It's just too spicy.
All right,
I don't want to eat it.
Well, I'll make you something.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Christian
Is
makes
it
some
will
rice.
be good?
Well, I don't know. Christian Herrera makes some rice.
I've had his rice.
Any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not too spicy.
I've heard he's passed it around dressing room. His rice. It's supposed to be all right.
His rice is good. He's cooked for Stevie and I a few times.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
But if it just put a few drops, it'd be
Yeah,
fine. All right.
okay.
Money's no object. Where would you like to live?
New York City.
We've had a few of those on this show. In New York City.
I mean, I'm from Pennsylvania, so it's close. My sisters live there, so that helps. Great place.
You find it busy?
Yeah, I love
like
it.
the busy.
I love city. Love city.
I like a city life. I prefer Chicago.
Chicago. My girlfriend's actually from Chicago.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're going this off season for a little bit.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, Chicago's very nice.
Is she a soccer player as well?
No, she's not a soccer player. She was actually a professional dancer, but she's a massive soccer fan.
God, we've got jugglers and dancers in your family, haven't we? Eh? Could start a bloody band. Is she like dancing? Like,
She was, yeah. She's retired now, but she was, yeah, for a few years.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Can you dance?
No, not at all.
No.
I like to think I can, though.
At Matt's wedding, I bet.
Yeah. All of us
There you
dancing.
go.
Horrible.
Favourite film?
Ooh, Interstellar.
Did you find? I find it a bit.
It's amazing.
Oh, the crew got the hands in the air and everything. I thought it was a little bit slow. No, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is slow. I've seen it probably 7, maybe 8 times. I watched it last year.
Time on your hands.
I just love the movie. I watched it last year, and for some reason I was just bawling the entire movie. Just.
Oh, that's like me and E.T.
Great. It was great.
Anyway, what are you listening to at the moment?
I really don't have a wide variety of music tastes, mainly hip hop, rap.
Doesn't have to be music.
I mean, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. We had a few podcasts. Hoagie said he didn't like music.
So
That was a shocker.
that is shocking.
I know. Apart from being a soccer player, what job would you think you would have liked to do? Or it could be something when you retire from the game.
Yeah, I mean, in college, I studied political science, and I thought I wanted to do something in politics. No longer have that idea.
I don't blame you, to be honest.
But now it's be a general manager for a professional soccer team. So like
So
similar.
the business side of stuff.
Yeah, similar to Hoagie's role, some sort of sporting director, something like that.
Which is a great role, isn't
Yeah,
it? It
yeah.
really is. And with the USL growing ever so much,
Yeah.
and the game of soccer, I think, yes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Because you got to remember, like Switchbacks, let's use Switchbacks as an example, because we should.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a soccer club, but it's a brand.
Yeah.
Brand awareness.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business, and that's what it is. And that's the same. I was in the music industry. The band, oh, you're in a band. Yeah, it's my business.
Yeah.
Because there's so many aspects to being in a band.
There's so many pieces
Yeah,
involved.
that's what it is. So next question, can you cook?
Yeah.
That's confident, isn't it? Eh? Whoa, Gordon Ramsay over here. Eh?
I'm not Gordon Ramsay, but I really enjoy cooking. So
Good for you.
I cook for my girlfriend and I. I watch a lot of cooking videos on
They're
YouTube.
Fantastic, aren't they?
So
I
good.
can get down them rabbit holes.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of YouTube on cooking videos. I'd say it's probably a hobby of mine. I really enjoy cooking.
What was kind of your favourite videos you like cuisine-wise to watch? Have you seen that Joshua Wiseman? By the way?
I'm speaking my language,
Honestly?
man. Yeah, I love him.
How weird is that?
I love him. He's great.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I might have to go see somebody. I just read your mind.
Yes.
Yeah, how good is he?
Yeah, he's class. He's good. He's very good. I've baked his chocolate chip cookies. I would try those if you haven't. I made his butter chicken before.
No spice.
Yeah, mild. It was mild.
Mild,
Very good. Yeah, I'd recommend both of those.
All right, 3 people you want to invite around the table for your cooking. Who is it going to be? 3 people.
For cooking?
You're cooking a beautiful meal.
Okay.
Beautiful meal. You've invited whoever round. They knock on the door, or the bell if you got a ring bell. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depends if you got a ring. If you don't have a ring, don't worry about it. They just knocked on the door. 3 people. They could be here. They could be past, present, whatever you want to do. Who are they?
Say Pep Guardiola, just to dissect his brain.
He likes his food and his wine.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking in terms of his soccer knowledge.
He's turned up early anyway. He's turned up early. Yeah, so he's already here.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to make small talk. Well,
Great.
yeah.
I have to say Messi as well. Obviously, I'd have to get a translator for that one, but
It'll be fine.
It'd be.
As long as you try your butter chicken, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But actually, the best thing I could cook probably is steak. I'm making
Oh, you good?
Good steak, yeah.
Pep, have you brought that bottle of red? He's brought a fine bottle of
Perfect.
red. So we're good. So, right.
Third person. This is a tough one. I don't think I want to go soccer.
Oh, he's changing it up. I like it. Changing it up.
I'm trying to be different. I don't know. Maybe like Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
That's one of the first names that came to my mind.
Take your shoes off when you come through the door. Abe, take shoes off.
I think it'd be interesting just to talk to someone, that really had a massive impact on the world.
Can you imagine that when they walk through? You got a knock on the door.
Yeah,
Pep's in restroom already because he had a long drive. Okay, he's brought his bottle of red. Red's on the table. Okay, then you've got Messi come in. Don't speak a word of English anyway. Then Abraham Lincoln comes in. He's got dirt on his shoes. Take your shoes off. Yeah, and them two are just stood there while you're like doing the steak. I've got to do the steak.
Yeah.
Imagine that just stood in your living room.
Yeah, I don't know what they would really talk about. Yeah. It'd be an really interesting conversing.
Then Pep comes out.
Yeah. I think Pep and Abe Lincoln would have, some crazy conversation.
I think that's the best one we've had.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think the best one. What are you going to have a girlfriend?
What?
We got no room at the table.
No room at the table.
What's happened? If you're watching, it's fine. I know you're at dance practice. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Just you probably have a girls' night somewhere.
Yeah. That's just me and her. We'll go on a date.
Right. Last question. Okay, Mr. Zach Zandi. Okay, on this beautiful pub talk. You're on an aeroplane. All right. You've got the window seat.
Not a window seat. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have window.
Aisle.
Aisle. Don't you like the window seat?
If I have to go to the bathroom, it's probably.
Oh, okay, it's all right. Aisle. So we're going aisle. Okay. The middle seat's empty.
Okay.
The plane doors are about to close, and that last person comes on. Everyone's waiting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who do you want that person to be? Because they're sitting next to you, middle seat, and it's an 8-hour flight. We're going transatlantic. Who do you want it to be? And you're going to get stuck with them.
Yeah.
That drinks cart comes down. Trust me.
I gotta say my girlfriend.
Okay.
That would be probably the best company.
Are you just covering yourself on the last question?
Maybe a little bit. No, she'd be great. She'd be great.
Yeah.
But if it's not my girlfriend, I'd say probably my cousin Max. He's my best friend. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to be next to someone you're comfortable with.
You grew up together?
He grew up all my life. He's basically my brother. We grew up 5 minutes away from each other.
Play soccer?
He played at Villanova actually with me.
Wow. You're not just like, you could set your own five-a-side
team,
You know what I mean? You got your mum and dad, keep your dad outfield, I think. Have you got a goalkeeper in your family?
No, none of us are that tall, so.
Height's it doesn't matter about height. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just stick me in.
Okay.
Stick me, I'll be the guest goalkeeper.
Perfect. Make our team great.
I know. Listen, buddy, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Give us a squeeze.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. You're always an absolute delight to be around. You always say hello to me as well from day one since I've been involved in the club, and it's really humbling. All right. So keep doing what you're doing on and off the field. Okay. And we'll chat soon. And this fly has been flying around me for the entire afternoon. Okay,
likes you.
I know. But you've been watching Pub Talk. Thank you so much for everyone who watches these wonderful features. We'll be back soon. And cheers.
Thank you very much.
Look at that.
Cheers.
True professional drinking water. Cheers.